Good morning, everyone. We are coming to you live via Facebook streaming, via YouTube, and also via Skype. Each one of you is welcomed to this live streaming. To enter this single moment with love is eternal. To enter this single moment with love is eternal. We are continuing with the questions relating to the two sutras of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, the techniques for the intellectual type and the feeling type. The question was or is why it is difficult to be loving 24 hours. Once you know how to enter this single moment with love, you have entered eternity. And in that moment, time is no more. It is the precise moment of now. It is said love is unseen but realized truth, the only truth. That is why Jesus says God is love. Buddha lives in now and you live in time. Time means past and future. Time means lament for the dead past and thinking about the unborn future. Time means thinking of the past, lamenting of the past, and thinking of the future. And you are thinking of the past and of the future in that this very moment is lost. You are concerned with future and the past. Present gets being overlooked. The present is the only existence. Past is no more, future is not yet. It is yet to be. And when future comes in, it comes as now. Both past and future are non-existential. This very moment, this atomic moment, is the only existence here now. If you know how to be loving in that moment, you know the secret, and you will never be given two moments together, so you need not bother about time. One moment unfolds into the other, and sequence of such moments is known as time. When you have a single moment, just a drop, because when there is a dot and you keep on adding the dots, it becomes a straight line. A straight line is the aggregate of different dots. When there is only one dot, how can there be a straight line? So in the same way, when one moment is connected to the next moment, and the next moment is connected to the next, and this process continues, time comes into existence. When you know only this moment, you are concerned about this very moment, then you have known eternal. You have known eternity. A single moment is always, and it appears in front of you as now. And there are not two types of now. Now means, does not have any other meaning. A single moment is the same. It does not differ in any way from the moment that has gone before it. And at the same time, it is not different than the moment which is to follow. Atomic is now and here. It is not that time passes, time remains the same. Rather, you go on passing, pure time remains the same, which is now, and we go on missing it. So do not think about 24 hours. Then you need not think of the present moment. One thing more. Thinking requires time, whether it is lament for the past or the thinking of the future. You cannot think in this very moment. You have a glass of water. You cannot think what will happen whether when I drink the water, this and that. You have the water and you have to drink it. And when you drink it, you allow it to do whatever it is supposed to do. If you want to be, you will have to cease thinking or laments, because thinking is basically concerned with the future, and lament is more precise the word for the past thinking. A relationship is severed. You lament about it, and you call this lament as the thinking. What can you think in this very moment? The moment you think, thinking comes in, it becomes the past. Very often we all have this experience. We go to the restaurant. In the restaurant, when we sit down, the water comes in, and any complimentary things they are served to you. The menu is placed in front of you, and what we engage in at that moment. You remember when we went last time to the other restaurant, their service was not as good as here, or their service was better, and the ambience was good. And also now, since we came last time, the decor here has changed. The menu is in front of you. The waiter is standing for you to decide and place the order. Because when the food is ordered, it has to be prepared, and you are not the only customer who are occupying a dining table in a restaurant. There are others also. In the same way, all the people who are in the restaurant, they have to order maybe 5, 6, 7 dishes each. How many dishes are to be ordered? And it's not that the common dish of all the people will be made together. I know inside how the restaurant work goes on, specifically in a la carte menu. An order comes from a table number 1. It goes to a particular chef. If he is a specialized chef, then sometimes there are specialized chefs who are only specialized or concerned with tandoor items, maybe naans, parathas and other stuff. So, but the other basic gravies are given to one chef who prepares the order complete, and the one who has to put the order together will pick up the naans from the tandoor chef and present it to it takes time. You are waiting there engaged in useless talks. So whenever I used to go to the restaurant, I will call the restaurant first and tell them that I am reaching there in next 20 or 30 minutes. This is my order. It's not that I will choose today this, tomorrow that. Every day a balanced meal. Being a vegetarian, one of the dal, rice, vegetables, maybe 1 or 2, the naan. So by the time I go, the food is ready. They bring the appetizers, whatever it is, and they will ask if we are ready for the meals. But then we think of, when the food, first when we sit down, we discuss, we think about certain things, and it is considered as normal. And if you do not engage into such things, you are considered as abnormal. Something is wrong with you. This is thinking. The food is there in front of you and you are thinking. My first radio program in 1989 was a 15-minute program. And that time, the script I used to provide to the radio announcer, the lady, and she was experienced and she used to read the script and present the program. It was named then as Hour of Introspection. The first program was, do you know how you engage in one of the most important activity in life, the eating? You have a platter full of food in front of you that can give nourishment to you, but we have one morsel in our mouth, next one in our hands, and the eyes are fixed on the platter. This is how we engage in the act of eating. My announcer asked if this is what I meant by spiritual program. 20 years after, she realized that was a spiritual program. You introspect yourself and see how do you engage in. You have gone to a museum. The artifacts, the deco and everything is in front of you, but you are thinking of something else. You remember last time when we went to that place, we had a very good time. We were given a nice welcome. And you are not looking at the artifact, their quality and everything. A flower is there in front of you. You say this is a beautiful flower. You have entered into thinking. This saying is now no more in the present. It has become the past. When you come to grasp something in thinking, immediately it becomes something of the past. In the present, you can only be, but you cannot think. You can be the flower, but you cannot think about the flower. Thinking needs time. I recall Lao Tse used to go for a walk every morning. And he used to go for a walk all by himself. So one of his neighbor expressed desire to accompany, to go for walk with Lao Tse. Lao Tse said, you can go for a walk on your own. He said, no, I want to accompany you being the master. Probably the man for the first time has gotten up that early, and on the way he saw the sunrise. And he said, beautiful sunrise. He came back. Lao Tse did not say anything. He did not hear either, but you know that he spoke something. When he reached, he said, from tomorrow you are not going with me, you talk too much. When sun is rising, look at its beauty, look at its innocence, look at how the rays are emitting out of it and reaching your body and providing you the warmth. The red sky, it has its own aura. And if you can be with that, something of the sun can descend into you. But the same thing happens when you are with your beloved. You are not thinking about love. You are not thinking about the beloved. You are not thinking at all. And if you think, then you are not with the beloved. Instead, you are somewhere else. Thinking means away and absent from this moment. You go on thinking about and about and about, but it is never the fact. A moment of love is a timeless moment. A moment of love is a timeless moment. Then there is no question of thinking, no question of thinking. Because in that precise moment, you cannot think of anything else. Nothing can be thought about that in that moment. A solitary moment of love is a timeless moment. If you have lived that, there will never be lament in your life about the love relationship or anything. Then there is no question of thinking how to love 24 hours. You never think about to live for 24 hours. You think many times when people say something and they apologize to me, I said, I cannot accept your apology because you have not done anything to me. Whatever you did or said, that person is no more. This is strange and they cannot understand. Because you think you are stationary. Consciousness is constantly moving. Like air is flowing, air is blowing, water is flowing, river has two banks, and between the two banks there is a river bed, and water flows onto it. Water flows in a certain quantum because only a certain amount of water will remain in front of you where you are standing, and it is constantly flowing. It is not stationary. So you cannot enter the same river twice. You cannot enter the same moment twice. You cannot enter the same moment of consciousness again. A moment is gone forever, never returns. So how can you talk about loving 24 hours? A dot is not a straight line. Many dots added together becomes a straight line which is stationary. You never think about how to live 24 hours, how to be alive 24 hours. Either you are alive now or not. So the basic thing to understand is not time but now, how to be here and now in a state of love, how to be with the food that is in front of you, how allow this food to enter into you. You have to consume it, and then it will do what it's supposed to do. You be with the flower, imbibe its beauty and fragrance. It will do something in you. Why there is hate? When you feel hate, you go to the cause of it. And when you go to the cause of the hate, then love can blossom. When you feel hatred, when you feel that your existence, your life is in danger, when you feel that your existence is annihilated, suddenly hate surges in you. When you feel that you can be destroyed, you start destroying the others, and that is a safety measure. It is just a part of you that is struggling for survival. Whenever you feel that your existence is in danger, you are filled with hatred. So unless you come to feel that existence cannot be in danger, that is impossible to annihilate you, you cannot be filled with love. A Jesus can be in love because he knows something. He has experienced something which is deathless. You cannot be in love because you know only that which belongs to death. Your love is death bound. The love begins with you. If you have known how to be loving to you, you can be in love with the entire cosmos. The journey of love begins with you. When your love energy is directed towards one, it is your so-called love that gives you misery. When your love is unfocused, it is not towards any person but whosoever comes in front of you, just as the fragrance and the beauty of the flower. That is for anyone who comes to that garden. When your love becomes like that, unfocused, it becomes a prayer. In that very moment, love is prayer. And again, your love is really nothing but a safety measure. You love so that there will not be fear. Whenever you believe that you are in love, the fear becomes less. For the moment you can forget even death. An illusion is created in which you can feel that you are accepted by the existence. You are not denied, not rejected. That is why there is so much need of love and of being loved, because of insecurity and fear of death. Whenever you are being loved by someone, you create an illusion around you that you are needed by the existence, at least by someone. You are needed by someone. Your life is not futile. You are not just accidental. You are needed, so you are needed somewhere. Without you, the existence will miss something that gives you a feeling of well-being. You feel a purpose, a destiny, a meaning, a worthiness. When you are not loved by anyone or someone, you feel rejected, you feel denied, you feel meaningless. Then you feel there is no purpose, there is no destiny. If no one loves you and you die, there will be no feeling of your absence. It will not be felt that you are no more. But the very purpose, the very way, if you want to know how much you are going to be missed, you can do an experiment. Take a bucket full of water. Make your fist of the hand and immerse the fist in the bucket of water. And as you push your hand into the bucket full of water, a space will be created for your fist to go in. Then suddenly you take out a fist and there will be a hole, a space. How long does that space take to fill? That much you are missed in life. That much you will be remembered. Love gives you the feeling of being needed. That is why everyone becomes. That is why in love one becomes or feels less afraid. You are afraid of being destroyed. You become destructive. In love you feel that you are accepted, welcomed. You are not an uninvited guest. Instead, you are welcomed. You are waited for, received, that the existence is happy that you are. The one who loves you becomes, represents the whole existence. But this love is not love which Jesus speaks of. This is based in fear. You are protecting yourself against fear, against death, against the inhuman indifference of the existence. Really, existence is indifferent, at least on the surface. The sun, the sea, the stars, the earth, the moon, they are totally indifferent to you. No one worries about you. And it is apparently clear that you are not needed. Without you, everything will be as it is with you. The sun will not stop rising. The stars will not stop appearing on a starry night. Look at the existence superficially. No one, nothing really cares about you. They may not even be aware of you. The stars are not aware of you, the sun is not aware of you, the moon is not aware of you. Even the earth that you call mother is not aware of you. And when you die, will the earth be sad? Will the sun be sad? Will the moon be sad? Will the stars be sad? Nothing will have changed. Everything will be as they are and as they always have been, with you or without you. There is no difference. You feel you are just by accident. You were not needed. Uninvited you came. Just a chance, a product of chance. This creates fear. This creates anguish. And there is a subtle continuation of fear that you are not needed. When someone loves you, you feel a different dimension has come into existence. Now at least one person will be there who will weep, who will feel sorry, who will be sad. There will be tears. You will be needed. At least there will be one person who will always feel your absence if you are not. At least for one, you have gained a destiny, a purpose. That is why there is so much need for love. And if you are not loved, you are uprooted. But this love is not the love that I am talking about. This is relationship and a mutual creation of illusion. A mutual illusion. I need you, you need me. I give you this illusion that without you, my purpose, my meaning, my life will be lost. And you give me this illusion that without me, everything will be lost. So we both are helping each other to remain in illusion. We are creating one separate, private existence in which we want to become meaningful, in which the whole difference of this vast space is forgotten. Two lovers live in each other. They create a private world. That is why love needs so much privacy. If you are not in privacy, the world goes on impinging upon you. It goes on telling you that whatsoever you are doing it just a dream. And this creates a mutual illusion. Love needs privacy because then the whole world, the whole existence is forgotten. Only two lovers exist, and the total difference of existence is forgotten. You feel loved, welcomed. Without you, nothing will be the same. At least in this private world that you have created, I am talking not of this love. This is illusion. It is a cultivated illusion, and you are very satiated with this cultivated illusion. And man is so weak that he cannot live without illusion. Those who can, they live without this illusion. A Buddha can live without this illusion, and he will not create it. When it becomes possible to live illusionlessly, without illusion, to live without illusion, a second, a different dimension of love comes into existence, comes into being. It is not that one person needs you. It is coming to understand, to realize that you are not different from the existence, which looks so different. You are part of it, organically one with it. We are not aliens nor as strangers join. We are bound to each other by a causeless force. You are listening to me, I do not know you, you do not know me. There is something that is flowing at that moment. It is reaching you, touching certain parts of you. So we are not aliens. And if tree is flowering, how can it be separate from you? When a flower blossoms, something blossoms in you. When sun rises, something rises in you. You have flowered in the tree, and the tree has become conscious of you. The sea and the sand and the stars, they are all one with you. You are not an island. You are organically one with the entire universe. The whole universe is within you. It is said, man is microcosm, micro universe. As it is out, it is in. Then there is meaning. And if no one loves you, no meaning is lost. This is what Buddha is. It does not matter to him whether someone loves him or not. He is satiated with his own presence, which is existential, which is organic. Then you are not afraid at all, because even death will not be able to annihilate you. It may annihilate the form. My form is destructive. Death will annihilate that, but it cannot reach me. It may annihilate the body, but it cannot annihilate me, because I am the existence. That is what happens in meditation. This is what meditation is meant. In it, you become a part, an opening. You come to feel existence, and you are one. You are welcomed. There is no fear. There is no death. Then love flows from you like the fragrance of the flower. Its incandescence spreads in the outer world because the inner lamp is lit. Then love is not an effort. You cannot do anything except love. Love becomes your breath. Love becomes the light of your being. Love becomes the fragrance of the inner flowering. The lotus has blossomed. Its beauty and fragrance is spreading all around you. And in that, you breathe love. This love grows into devotion. Then ultimately, you will even forget it. Just as you forget your breathing, breathing becomes natural and spontaneous. When do you remember that you are breathing? Have you ever observed? You remember only when something goes wrong, when you feel difficulty in breathing, then you know that you have been breathing. Otherwise, there is no need even to be aware of it. And if you are aware of breathing, that shows something is wrong with your breathing process. That is when it happens, there is breathing problem. There is no need of being aware of breathing process. Silently it goes on. So when you are aware of your love, the love that is a state of mind, it means that something is still wrong. By and by, even the awareness is lost. You simply breathe love in and out. Breathing nourishes your body. Love nourishes your being. You have forgotten everything, even that you love. Then and only then it becomes devotion. That is the ultimate peak, the ultimate possibility, the ultimate flowering. You may call it anything. Love can become devotion only when awareness is lost, forgotten. It does not mean that you have become unconscious. It only means that the process has become so silent that there is no noise around it. Your love has noise around you. If your beloved does not love you, there is a noise. You are not unconscious of it. You are not conscious of it either. It has become so natural. It is there, but it does not create any disturbance inside. It has become so harmonious. So remember, when I am talking about love, I am not talking about your love, which is a relationship. But if you try to understand your love, it will become a step towards growing into a different kind of love. So I am not against your love. I am simply stating the fact that if your love is fear-based, it is ordinary, it is animal love, and no derogation, no condemnation is implied. It is simply a fact. I am not condemning your love, but this is the fact. Man is afraid. He needs someone who gives him the feeling that he is welcomed. He need not be afraid. At least one person you need not be filled with fear. It is good as far as it goes. But this is not what Buddha or Jesus calls love. They call love as a state of mind, not a relationship. So go beyond relationship and by just be loving. First, you will not be capable of it unless you move into meditation, unless you come to know the deathless within, unless you come to know a deep unity between the inner and the outer. Unless you feel that you are the existence, it will be difficult. So these techniques of meditation are just to help you to grow out of relationship into a state of mind. And do not think of time at all. Time is irrelevant for love. Love cannot happen in time. Love is beyond time and space. Only this much for this morning. Until we meet again, take care and do have a pleasant day. Tomorrow's session will be preempted as I have some important work to do very early. So we will meet again on Saturday. So tomorrow's session will be preempted. Until then, take care and do have a pleasant day.